So learners, today we are going to discuss about the unit, the spectrum of business intelligence. So I hope you all are ready to understand this concept. In the previous unit, what we discussed? Can anyone of you replied what we discussed in our previous unit? We discussed about the data mining, right? And how with use of BI tools, data mining can be done. Now, this is the unit about the spectrum of business intelligence. Now, learners, first of all, ask the question, how does BI support a business? What is the role of business intelligence to provide a support to a business? So learners, with use of BI, business owners can visualize the number of visitors, the number of users who are landing on their website, maybe over the period of time. For specific period, how many users have visited their website. Learners, have you observed many of the websites are showing the visitor number? When you scroll down to the bottom of the website, you will find your visitor number so and so. Have you ever observed this? Yes, no, learners? Yes, okay. Okay, so this is the way which helps business managers or leaders to have an idea whether the users are landing on that website or not, whether users are visiting their website or not, whether their website is recognizable by search engine optimization or not. So when anyone puts the keyword into the search box, whether whatever results have been generated, your website is there in that list or not. Through business intelligence, business can track potential customers. This is the ultimate tool business is having, through which who are the current customers, what is their behavior, and who are the prospects who have shown an interest into your product. Business can understand about this. Business can measure performance of business metrics against benchmarks and goals. There is some performance criteria defined or predefined, right? You have to measure those performance, whether by keeping your business process on track, whether the business is able to achieve those goals or not. So whatever results have been generated, comparative results, comparison of previous few years of sales, some chart where inclining in the sale or declining in the sale can be observed. This is how the business performance can be measured, and various performance metrics are there. Based on these results, business can understand what is the performance of their marketing campaigns, what all changes they should do, which helps the business to increase the sales. Business can also have demographic wise current figures, real time data can be reflected. It could be geographically, you can disperse the data. Demographic wise, like as per the age group, data can be segregated. As per the state, like whatever e-commerce website is, in various regions, what is the sales observed, or what is the customers interest have been mentioned, that can be differentiated. Business can also generate reports for whatever activities have been carried out in context to attract the customers, in context to satisfy the customer. So it could be your marketing and sales, it could be your price related data where specific discounts have been offered. And based on these the reports, business can take the decisions so that further activities will be carried out in that way based on the decisions which they are going to take. They can even construct their marketing strategies accordingly. And to have an answer of these questions, business intelligence helps the business. Excuse me, learners. Let me share the screen again. The PowerPoint has hanged. Now, every business has realized, learners, that business insights are helping them. They are helping them to construct the strategies, whatever information they have gathered. The analysis of these information is required to do. And with use of BI tools, this step can be better performed, so that there will be less chances of failure, so that there will be proper demand supply balance can be maintained. And these BI tools are self administrated tools. Whatever information it is represented, it helps the business to engage the business clients. They can keep this knowledge transfer consistent. Data is very important for every business. Nowadays, data is considered as a new business oil. So, to gather this information or data, to organize it properly, to store it properly, to figure out which data is useful to whom, to figure out based on that collected data what kind of strategies they have to construct. So to have an answer of all these questions, they needed a proper analysis, and business intelligence tools are an answer to this. Now, there is two types of business intelligence support. It could be an enterprise and departmental business intelligence. Enterprise business intelligence, where the deployment of BI happens in context to the enterprise. Enterprise where number of departments are there, number of employees are there, various departments are working, no, but natural, the overall objective is the common. For example, in an organization, there is a sales department, marketing department, finance department, logistic is also separate department. Their requirement could be different. The common data they have collected. So in such larger companies, they will be needing to store all these data properly. They'll require to analyze the data in sophisticated format. And how they can analyze the data in sophisticated format, they will be needing a proper reporting. For example, if I give you sales figures of last 10 years, it is in tabular manner, all the columns are filled up with numbers. But if instead of that, if I show it you in the comparison manner or some chart, bar chart kind of a thing, it will be easy to understand for anyone. And that is what these BI tools do for you, for your business, so that overall visualization will be more better and clear. In similar way, enterprise BI also helps organization to increase the productivity and efficiency, as whatever information is presented, it will be presented in the required format. See learners, there will be large amount of data collected from various departments. Now you have collected the data from sales, marketing, finance, or any other logistic, warehouse and supply chain. So now it is requirement for you to store that data. Now when the data will be stored separately, again as a manager or as a leader, you have to run to each department to get that data. First you will go to the finance department to get their data, then you will go to other department to collect the data, and then you will keep it at your place. No, BI offers you a centralized data storage. It also offers you the security to the data so that analysis can be done properly. Same way, data could be in different format also. It should be required to consolidate it. Enterprise business intelligence helps to do this. The results generated can be used by all the business users. Important activity is analysis, right? You have collected the data, you have stored it. Now analysis task is an important task, learners. I hope you all will agree with this. So the analysis task is to convert that data into meaningful result. When raw data is there, but naturally you have to first transform that data so that it can be useful. Enterprise business intelligence is used in large organizations. Whatever different departments will be there in large organization, uh, data which is used over here, that data should be in useful format also. If the data is in appropriate format, that then only it will be easy to make its use. Then only it is possible to produce the desired result based on that. Larger companies create more data, learners. So through business intelligence, through enterprise BI, this data is deployed in organization. It could be possible that your accounts department is using some short form or some abbreviation for some item, and some other department like finance department is separate than accounts department. Over there the abbreviation is not used, the data is same. Now you have to get the similarity everywhere, right? And for that, such kind of tools and technologies are used. So it will enhance your process. It will enhance how a company approaches its decision making by using data to answer the question of company's past and present. And based on that, you can make your current performance better. It can be used by various teams and departments across an organization to track the key metrics also. See, learners, there is a requirement to have an accurate reporting, enhancing productivity. Whatever data we have mentioned, we have discussed, whatever data you have collected, it should be of good quality. So how you can make of data of good quality? You have collected the data in raw format, but whatever the requirement of your software is, accordingly that transformation is required. Enterprise BI works for this. So it provides, this is kind of a sophisticated platform. So when we are observing, market has observed that larger companies generate more data. So they require proper technology to assist them in this work so that productivity and efficiency can be increased. Various data types could be there, right? Some of the data is integer type, some of the data is in character type, some is a mix of variable and characters, some structured is defined for the data collection. Maybe various departments are following different structure or different data type. Now you have to make it similar, you have to bring it at some common platform, and for that BI tools are there. Enterprise BI tools gather this data at one central place in that specific format which is required. So it whatever unstructured data was there, it is transformed into structured data also. So technically, the data quality could be poor. Whatever data has been collected, it could be of poor quality. Data management could also be poor. Manually, if data is stored, again, such kind of questions may arise. Like while entering the data, somebody has kept some 2 or 3 spaces. That individual data entry field is asking you to input the username. Now, username or password, such kind of things are there where accuracy is very required. Initially, you have kept some 2, 3 spaces, and then you are entering your username. So while that data is stored into your database, it should be accordingly those 2, 3 spaces by mistake which is been entered from user should be truncated. That is how data is cleansed. Data cleansing activity happens. And whenever manual work happens, manual data entry happens, this kind of problems could arise. So this affect the quality of the data. Enterprise BI works on it. Like the column of first name is there, field of first name, where first character should be required to enter in capital, rest is in small case. But user is inputting everything in small case or everything in capital. Here data transformation is required. Here you need to put it you need to have a consistency, and for that enterprise BI works. So inconsistent data, same data is there in different columns, in different ways it has been stored. All these things should be maintained. Departmental BI is there, which supports different departments by providing them dashboards for whatever departments the requirement is. Accordingly, dashboards will be generated. They will provide multidimensional view. Data cube thing we have discussed, right? Previous sessions we have discussed about data cube and multidimensional data. There are various kinds of dashboards could be there. It could be insurance for in context to your insurance firm. Insurance claim dashboard could be there. For finance department, financial reporting kind of dashboards could be generated. For supply chain management, there could be logistic dashboards. Basically, departmental BI is to cater the diversified requirement of various users. Whatever your requirement is, accordingly you can customize your dashboards. Various tools are there: Tableau, Power BI, Asana. These are various tools which are used to manage such kind of information, so that your data source will be maintained in proper way, so that the representation of that stored data will be made in better way. There is a strategic and tactical business intelligence tools. Now, whatever BI tools are, we have understood that these tools will assist the business to perform their operations. Basically, strategic BI helps the business to construct the strategies. But when you can construct the strategies, when you will be able to evaluate your strategies. To evaluate your strategies, you need to measure your performance, what your current performance is. Then you can ask the question how you can make it better. If the current scenario is being reflected based on those results produced, you can think for the further additions or enhancement that you need to do. Competitive advantage is an overall objective of any organization. So what business should do? Business should understand the customer in better way. What customer wants. If business is able to produce the products and services accordingly, business will be able to satisfy the customers. So strategic BI will help to construct a roadmap which will be there for long-term use. Long-term strategies will be involved. Tactical BI will be dealing with day-to-day operations kind of things, where whatever your strategies are, how it is implemented, whatever tasks you have defined, what is the performance it. So it is concerned with real-time analysis and real-time data reflection. Whatever your current situation of your organization is, it is reflected. Based on that reflection, you can keep your activities on track. Based on those results which you are observing, you can align your strategies and plans. So business intelligence is indirectly helping you for decision making. It is indirectly helping the organization for smooth conduct. Learners, are you there? Hello, learners. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Now, usability in business intelligence. Usability in context to the catering the customer's requirement. Usability in context to the business, that whatever platform, whether it is meeting your requirement or not. Like if we talk about business requirements, what is business requirement? To reflect the situation, to represent the real world data, to represent the current moments data. So whatever data you have collected, how the data is represented, how that data is reflected, that is again in concern with your input and output. When you can have the usability, when you have input, proper input, your process will be appropriate and you will get a proper output. So here understand about the two terms, data stacking and balanced scorecard. Data stacking is concerned to the storage of data. As we have seen that large amount of data every day it is generated by business. Now where business is storing this data? In data warehouse. So data stacking is one area of data warehouse where data is stored. But in previous slide, we discussed that there is a requirement to have a consistent data. Data should be of similar format. It should be structurized. So before data is given to the data warehouse, it has to go through data stacking. Like let me give you an example. Suppose in the field of username, your username is abc@gmail.com, and what you are inputting abc@, you will be keeping some 2-3 spaces. Just a minute, learners, let me give you the example if I can annotate over here. I guess the toolbar is not available, but let me put it into the chat box. The example, you are putting abc@, I am keeping 2 or 3 spaces and I am putting gmail.com. Now, when the data will reach to the backend to make the comparison that whether such username is exist or not. At that time, it has to be understood that by mistake user has entered these two, three spaces. So it will be removed. Maybe for entering your first name or last name, you are making some mistake. So while that data reaches to the backend, this cleansing process will happen at that stage only. So many times while inputting the data also you are required to have a proper validation, and at your front end only the validation happens. So that is your data stacking. Balanced scorecard is also one performance measurement tool. It is required for organization to keep on check on the performance. Organization will keep on collecting the feedback so that based on that feedback they can decide how to construct the further strategies. They can take help from the feedback to make the strategies better, to take the better decisions. Now functions carried out by business intelligence are varying. It is used for reporting, it is used for online analytical processing, it is used for generating dashboard. Data warehousing and data mining is an important activity happened over here as a part of BI. Business performance measurements are possible with use of BI tools. Text mining, predictive analysis, all these things, these are now not a buzzword, right? At various stages, at various phases, over various platforms, these things are used in one or other way. Even you can remember all these functions. It could be asked in an exam that which are the functions carried out by the business intelligence tools. Learners, whenever we are saying business intelligence, okay, the activities of BI is having a broad category, whatever last screen I shared with you. Basic phases, if you see, or basic steps or stages to carry on these activities: gathering, storing, analyzing, and providing access. And all these various activities are pointing out into that direction only, so that enterprise users, business owners can make better decisions, so that overall decision making process will be better. BI interface is like a in context to the IT, this in context to the technology, it is there. Whatever information organization has gathered, if utilization is proper, that information is useful or fruitful. Otherwise, there is no use of that information, right? And for that, you have this BI tools. You have this BI interface. It gives the organization a capability to make use of information in different perspective. Learners, now we are going to discuss about user interface. Okay, just a minute. Yes, Nagraj has asked the questions. Nagraj, initially only I answered. I told you guys that Power BI is business intelligence tool. Tableau is also business intelligence tool. Domo, these are various business intelligence platforms available. Nagraj, are you there? Okay, okay, okay. Learners, we are beginning our next unit. Parallelly, feedback form for this session. I have launched the link into the chat box. Kindly fill this form. Now we will be discussing about business intelligence user interface. Okay, learners, before starting the further topic, first do let me know what do you mean by interface or user interface. What do you mean by user interface? You can unmute yourself and you can speak as well, or you can put your view into the chat box. Anything will work.
Yeah,
Parallelly, keep on filling the feedback form. Yes, who is there?
yeah, Nagaraj madam.
Okay, yes.
What user can see the means, place in the tools that we can call as interface.
Okay, fine. Any other learner who want to contribute? What do we mean
Yeah,
by user interface?
it's the interaction with the system and the user.
Correct. Vasanta has replied well. Good. Anyone else? Okay, learner. See, user interface is an interface through which user is interacting with the system. Vasanta has answered well. So, in context to the business intelligence user interface, we are going to discuss whatever the UI client is getting in context to the access of the framework of business intelligence. Okay. So, in context to the business intelligence, few of the elements which are required, which are used mostly, which are benefiting to the organization, and they are querying and reporting tools. Organization is using these tools to get the maximum benefit, to see the real time scenario. Now query is related to the database, right? If you must be aware with database, query tools will allow you to interact with the database by keeping in mind specific programming language or query language and instructions. From the front end, you will be passing on some query, and whatever data is stored in your database will be reflected as a result of that query. Technically, a query is a problem which is required the analysis of the data from the past or present, or may look into future prediction. Here we have to take it in context to the business intelligence. So whatever queries are fired as a business intelligence front end tool, these are nothing but advanced softwares which will analyze your data and it will provide you the result. Those queries will help you to have the real time scenario, whatever happening in your organization, you can have its result in the form of charts or report.
ऑफलाईन इंटरव्ह्यू आहे बेंगळुरूला जाता इंटरव्ह्यू असेल
Please mute yourself. Okay, okay. So business intelligence queries are tools which allows you to have an interaction. Even business and BI tool that you are using, it will pull the data, it will read the data from your data source. Either data will be stored in house, or either it could be in the cloud. It will be processed and result will be generated to you. Parallelly, the reporting tool is also there. This reporting tool, with its use, you can identify, you can measure your sales, you can measure the revenue, you can measure your inventory count. Various dimensions can be applied like date, purchase order, customer information. These dimensions will be used to make the analysis. So overall, in short, these data queries as a part of your business intelligence tool will help you to generate the insights based on the analyzed data, so that you can take a better decision, and you can parallelly you can measure the performance as well. Reporting tools are also there. Definition wise, in short, we can say that report is the result of the business query, which could be in the form of text or pictures. Picture means charts. It will be either bar chart, pie chart, histogram, or any other charting pattern could be there. This is just an example. Whatever data has been extracted through your data source, generation of that data and representation in the reporting is very much required, because your business owner may not be that much techno savvy. If you will represent the raw data at that moment, it might not be that much fruitful. You will be needing such kind of tool to assist you. Today's organizations are utilizing the data from variety of sources, learners. Basic objective is this data should be useful to determine the present performance, and will help them to construct the future decisions. So there are various types of information that organization is utilizing. Analysis thing is done, customer insight is generated, and every e-commerce platform is doing this. You might have observed it also, right? Customers who are in, you might be interested in this, like various products are shown to you. Based on your past data, it has been analyzed. Software is used, data tools are used to do this prediction. So data query and reporting is also most commonly used BI tool. It allows the user to take a closer look of the organization's data, so that trends can be discovered, so that actions can be taken based on those trends. See, software will help to have a smooth conduct of the product. It could be a simple spreadsheet also, or it could be a sophisticated software which has been purchased. It could be Microsoft Power BI, Tableau, Dona, multiple types of BI tools are available. But these advanced software will help to analyze your company's data, so that you can discover the important insights based on that. Associating your current business situation with the trend is required. Report generation is required. Recommendation, because based on those generated reports, recommendation will be generated. Nowadays, even tools are required which can be run through mobiles also, because most of the people are using the smartphones. When we talk about data queries also, these data queries will work in context to the asking the questions. Whatever answer you are trying to look for, whatever information you want to gain an insight. There in backend, there will be something like MySQL or something software will be used, which will transform the data, whatever you are setting up the queries. Now, continuing it further, consider the BI as a service, learners. Basic approach of BI is as a service based on the internal and external data. When the company is owning a BI solution, when company is using it for decision making, then that is most useful. Analytical outsourcing is possible nowadays. Many companies are doing the analysis. You can pay for the service which you have hired. But basic approach of BI service approach is based on internal and external data. When we consider the internal data, it is like that data is retrieved from the internal interaction which has happened. Whatever interaction of customer is been done with the company, and based on that, whatever insights has been generated based on the performance of your sales kind of a figure, whatever results has been generated, it will be considering your internal data. Data could be based on external data also. Here, some strategic market analysis is done. Social media monitoring may be done. And in specific cases, hybrid approach can also be obtained, where data from internal and external, both sources will be utilized. All these things and questions, points are in context to the BI benefits that you are gaining or organization is gaining. So whatever the BI querying and reporting tools are also used, user interface is what dashboard that generated for you. Goal of every organization is to stay ahead of the competition, to make the maximum profit by using this business intelligence user interface. By using business intelligence data queries, you will be able to discover trends. You means your organization, or maybe as a business analyst you are doing this, so that you can manage the business better way. Collection of the data, capturing, analysis will be done efficiently. You will be able to act upon the information that has been collected. You will be able to take appropriate measure based on that information. So you will be able to have the current version of the data, not like previous one which is not required. Year back data is not required right now. Whatever the customer is viewing in fast 15 days, that you require, so that in further 15 days, what all discount offers you can give to the customers, that you have to decide. Parallelly, there is requirement to have a proper communication with all stakeholders. It could be with customers, other team members. BI tools or user interface should assist you for that also. Overall, whatever important questions required to have an answer, it should be covered as a part of your BI user interface, like where we can do good investment, which kind of offers you should launch, which type of customers are buying your product or service, how much profit every individual customer is generating for you, what is the minimum spending limit of individual customer. Such kind of questions, if you are trying to get an answer, for that BI user interface should be used. So overall, it will help to maintain the communication between customer, between stakeholders also. And when we are considering it through querying and reporting, ad hoc query builders will be there. These are the technical side, how these things are work. Ad hoc query analysis kind of a process happened, which will generate an answer to a specific question. See, all the questions will not be having the same answer, right? Various examples I have given you. That if the question is whether the customer is interested in my product or not, what is the minimum spending limit, or how much monthly this customer is paying for my product or service, how much monthly a customer is spending on my platform. For such questions here, your criteria could keep on varying each time, and that's why the ad hoc queries are run. About reporting, we have already discussed that reporting tools will help you to generate an actionable insight, and indirectly decision making is considered over here. Now learners, we know that a large amount of data is there. Organization has collected it. And this large amount of data may be used across various departments also. It is required for every department to have an access in smooth manner. And for that, a departmental BI is there. Now, important thing is BI dashboards. Dashboards generate a window, generate a view for you so that you can have a display of all the information in a structured manner. You might have heard this term, learners. I am sure BI dashboard, the term which you might have heard previously also, because you guys are now learners of specific specialization. Whatever scenario has been generated, it will help you means again for your organization to make the visualization better way. So BI dashboards helps for information management. Whatever analysis has been generated, but in which format that analysis will bring in front of you. You need to make you need to set various filters. You need to combine various charts to do comparative analysis. You need to have an insight, in-depth insight into your charts and reports, and for that dashboards is used. These dashboards could be customizable. So as per your business requirement, like if you are a banking sector, accordingly dashboard will be generated, or if you are concerned with finance sector, your dashboard will talk about that. If you are for looking for marketing requirement, again dashboard will be similar to that, or dashboard will be suitable to that sector. But this dashboard will be having an ability to pull the real-time data for you. Dashboard will be an interactive as well. Nowadays, whatever BI softwares are there, BI platforms offers some standard templates, and as per your requirement, you can make changes into these templates also. Overall benefit of BI dashboard is to help organization answer all the questions and uncover the insights, which will help organization to make smarter decisions. Whatever a true business intelligence dashboard is, it will turn the raw data from multiple sources and convert it into actionable insights. So it is kind of an end-to-end solution. It also improves the readability of the data. So basically, for business intelligence, it is a data-driven scenario or data-driven culture nowadays. You guys have individual visualization unit. We will be discussing it in future. Separate data visualization unit is given to you, where we will talk about that. Learners understanding whatever we are discussing right now, you guys are able to understand, I hope. See, learner, suppose you are a business analyst and you are using a Power BI. You need to analyze monthly sales data. Suppose you have the data stored into different Excel sheet. Okay, month-wise various Excel sheets are there and you need to do that analysis. So your Power Query will do all these tasks for you. This is the beauty of that business intelligence tools. Even you do not need to do any coding for this. The information gained from your data queries will allow you to make the smarter decisions. You have to follow the steps for a specific procedure is there that you have to follow. You have to pull those data. You have to bring it into your business intelligence software and you have to give some commands, and based on those commands, the result will be generated. The result of the query will be shown to you. In so if you compare it with your manual work for Excel sheet, it is quite difficult. But using such tools in beautiful way, you can make the things possible.